Scalise or Jordan, or possibly Kevin McCarthy. Good Tuesday morning, Amy Jacobson here. John Anthony from Black and Right Radio is filling in for Dan Proft again today. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for having me. I'm having a ball. The past 2 days have been good.
I know. Well, there's always breaking news when you fill in, so I wouldn't want to be with anybody else, that's for sure.
Thank you.
So that's the big choice. There was a meeting last night behind closed doors with Republicans as they fight to choose a speaker, and Stephen Scalise said, no, McCarthy is not running.
Kevin didn't jump in. Jim and I are the two that are running. And what you had a lot of people saying is, look, whoever is the one that emerges, that's who we're going to get behind.
Jim.
With more on that, let's welcome to the program U.S. Representative for Illinois' 12th Congressional District, Mike Bost. Good morning, Mike. How are you? Or Congressman,
Hi, Amy.
Excuse me.
Hi, John.
Hey, buddy. How you
Sorry,
doing?
things got a little casual there. I didn't mean for that.
I do that all the time.
All right, so you were at the meeting yesterday, and just tell us what happened.
You know, it was actually cordial, would be a good way to describe in comparison to our last several meetings. It wasn't, even though I know many of us wanted to get back to the work, unfortunately, we have been treading on territory that none of us have ever experienced. I think, we've got a mayor pro temp, a speaker pro temp that's doing the job exactly the way it was meant to be. Last night was not a vote. It was an airing out so that we can come together the rest of today and this evening and try to come up with an answer, trying for unity, because the thing is we must be united when you only have a 4-seat majority, actually 3-seat now, because remember Stewart stepped down because of family issues. So the thing is, I think there are, there is, although there's claims there's 2 in the running, I think there's 3 in the running. I really do. I still think there's going to be several people that vote for Kevin McCarthy. It'll be, of course, this weekend was an exact reason why we should have not went down this path at a time when the world is in uproar, and we don't have a speaker where we can advance and give a reaction when Israel comes under attack or the different things that occur like this. So we need to get together. We need to hash it out. I don't believe what the 8 did was right. I think you and I have talked about that. I know John and I have talked about that. But I don't think what they did was correct. But we are where we are, and we have to deal with it now.
Well, who are those 8 supporting, and who are you supporting?
I am really weighing out who's going to come forward with a plan, a true plan to move us forward, and not. And I tell you what, I'm also one that is trying desperately to figure out who's going to also work to get rid of that ridiculous rule where one person can sink the ship. I don't think that's the way to have it. I think a good idea would be to maybe have a third of the people of members, or 24 members, or however members we could work on the number, that it would come together. Or we could allow it where one person can make the motion if you don't have the 24, but if you do and it fails, you lose all your committee assignments.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so Congressman, who are you supporting? We had Darren LaHood on, and he said he's all in for Scalise. And are you Jordan, Scalise, or McCarthy? Or are you undecided?
I'm undecided. I really am undecided. And the reason for that is because I really want to hear. Now, let me tell you early on, my vote, and I want you to know this, is I told Steve Scalise that because I think he had, and let me tell you why. Jim Jordan and I've had this conversation. Jim believes he can unite them, and that's fine, and I'm all for that. But why in the world would we give up Jim Jordan as the chairman of the committee that he's on when he's doing such a great job as going aggressively after Biden and this situation, and he knows it inside and out? And when you become speaker, you can't focus on that one area. You have to be broadly spread across each issue that we're dealing with. And so this is the conversations I've had with Jim. I think, Jim, the bright side is we have very good choices. But then the question is, when we make that choice, which one of them is going to appease everybody all the time and not constantly be worried about somebody's going to make a motion to vacate the chair? And Jim says, well, I can unite them. Well, you can, the conservatives. That was 7. But what are you going to do with Nancy?
Right.
If all of a sudden a week from now we're all running and we're working and we put forward a more conservative bill than Nancy wants, will Nancy then all of a sudden make a motion to vacate? So, this is the conversations that are going on. So
Right,
in answer to your question.
Yeah, in answer to my question, yes.
Three good people. My early instincts are Steve Scalise, and I told him that I think I'd be going that way. But we've watched a lot of things happen over this weekend.
All right, one more question on this before we move on. You all of you in that room do realize that you cannot have 2 people running. You have to pick one candidate in order to get those 218 votes.
On the House.
Well, let me tell you this. The conversation between all of us is when we leave the room, everyone will agree, and we're going to go out, and we're not going to go through with what we did with Kevin.
Good.
Yeah,
and we're going to be bound.
Congressman, where's the movement on the 8? The people, because the 8 are basically holding it up, everything.
Right.
Where are they aligning? The 8 Mace and Gates and all the people, the good. I think it was Congressman
Nancy
Good.
said Jim Jordan, and I believe Matt Gaetz said Jim Jordan.
Yeah. Majority of them are Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know.
Majority of them are Jordan.
So why not allow that whole motion to vacate to enter into a committee and allow the committee to vote on it, and then it heads out to the House floor?
That's probably what's going to happen.
Okay, because I agree with you.
Remember this. Kevin McCarthy was put in a box by 24 to make sure that was in there.
Right.
And that's what drug things out over and over and over and over again. And what's really wild is everything but the motion to vacate, the people that went out after, and I'm passionate over old stuff, but when the rules that the 24 went out and claimed, boy, we got those rules, you do know that we voted on all those rules except the motion to vacate 5 weeks before the Kevin McCarthy votes.
Okay.
All right. So what's the plan for today and tomorrow?
We are going to get together. We will probably we're going to have the votes. We're going to have, but you're going to. The way it normally works is you go in the room and then you'll have a according to our rules, we'll have nominations from 2-minute nominations, and then 2 seconds can come for each one of those nominations. And then there will be a vote. It will be a secret ballot, and then that will be counted. And then we'll figure out where we are. If there were 3, if there's not 3 that were voted on, the one with the least amount of votes steps out. Then it's to 2, and then when it's said and done, the conference last night was very clear that we will all stick together with the one who wins.
Yeah.
So I hope that their word is their bond. Up until this session, usually in all legislative bodies I've been in, the word is the bond. I hope that comes back.
Yeah, Congressman, what's the mood on Capitol Hill about what's? I don't know if I had you on Friday on Sean Thompson's show or Saturday on my show. Was it Saturday you came on my show?
I think it was Friday.
Oh, Friday. Okay, so the attack hadn't happened. What's the mood
you're
on
getting
Capitol Hill?
radio's Heimer.
Yeah,
it happens. It happens. Yeah.
What's the mood on Capitol Hill about what's happening in Israel and the urgency of getting the Speaker of the House? Because there's nothing that can happen to help Israel at this time.
That's what's driving it, even to the point that we ask if the it's the Speaker pro tem had that power to move forward with a resolution. We're trying to make sure to find that out. That's why it came up early on, so in the conversation.
Yeah.
Our chairman of the committee that's over all of that, he is working and he is being advised in the skiff of classified information and being kept abreast. So we are able to do that,
Yeah.
at least where he is ready, and his committee can be ready. So we're ready for that. But the mood is, except for the squad, Republicans and Democrats alike are ready to denounce this terrorist attack and send a clear message that we are standing with Israel.
Right.
You understand from what you've seen around this nation that there's about 3 or 4 that are not, even to the point that one has hung a Palestinian flag outside of her office.
Wow.
Is
Wow.
that
And
Rashida Tlaib? What name?
Corey
names?
Bush.
Or Corey Bush? Which one?
No, Rashida.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it is.
It's insane, is what it is.
I do not know who could stand with terrorists and how you can justify women and children. You know what? If it is a war where you have someone in a military uniform fighting a military uniform and the battles of B, and you support a country or whatever, but this is terrorist. That's all it is.
And Congressman, you know this because you served as a Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what evil is.
Yes.
And evil is when you gun a pregnant woman down. Evil is when you drag old people into the streets. Evil is walking into a place where people are just living their lives and start shooting at random.
Yeah. Hey, Congressman, why is the Biden administration talking about a ceasefire with Turkey for Israel, but not Ukraine? Why is there no discussion of a ceasefire with Ukraine and Russia?
It always amazes me, this group that will always want to play to Iran and that group of known terrorists. And I've never I've never been able to figure that out, except for they're trying to go after a group of voters that I don't understand. Okay? I don't. I know our freedom of speech, and our freedom of speech is granted to all people.
Yeah.
But the anger you feel when there are people who are praising what the Nazis did, and then people who are praising what Hamas and all of these are doing, I don't get that.
Yeah.
Because because you're siding with terrorists. Either way.
And Congressman, this is one of the reasons why I know it's not going to happen now, but I would have loved to have seen a Trump nomination for Speaker of the House to get in there. I'm telling you, his ability to.
Yeah.
I mean, he's shown that he can lead.
I know, but I don't think he would have gotten 218 votes.
Yeah. Never know.
But I can tell you this. Regardless of how you feel about Jordan or how you feel about Scalise, Kevin McCarthy showed leadership in how he had presented a plan yesterday. And what's really wild is you don't even have a president that come out and speak about it, but you had a person who is no longer the Speaker of the House, but as a member of Congress, he still stepped forward and said, look, here's a plan, and here's what you need to know about Israel. Here's what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
Because a leader stands forward as a leader.
Yep.
And that shows, and like I said, regardless, that's water under the bridge about the 8 and everything like that. But he's a leader.
Yeah.
Now, he's going to go on, he's going to write books, he's going to do this, but like other speakers. But I think it's funny that I listened to a member, and I won't say which one it was, but they were on a talk show yesterday, last night even, and well, first off, Matt Gaetz had no right to say Kevin McCarthy shouldn't be speaking, because the reality is each member of Congress has just the same right to speak, because if anybody shouldn't speak, it shouldn't be Matt Gaetz. But that being said, another person was on the news last night and being interviewed, and what she said was, she said that, well, first off, she didn't regret with what she did with McCarthy. That being said, what she said also is that we need a leader, but she was involved with throwing the leader out.
Wow.
and the leader chose, and I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
All right, Congressman, we're going to have to leave it there for today. Congressman
Hey,
Mike Bost, U.S. Representative for Illinois'
worked out.
12th Congressional
Wait,
District.
he's saying something.
What did you want to say, Congressman?
All I want to say is we're going to work through this, and we're going to be better because of it.
All right.
Amen.
Thank you so much. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
The more you listen, the more you'll know. This is Chicago's Morning Answer. On AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, business owners, are you wondering how to grow your business? Do you need cash flow and a ready source for financing? Well, Signature Bank can help. Hi, Mike Gallagher here to let you know that Signature Bank's loan decisions are made locally by a team who knows your name, cares about your business, and is invested in your success. When you need advice about your business or even have a question, Signature Bank is there to help. There are no handoffs or call centers. This is a team that wants to get to know you